Welcome to the Call to Cinema. I am Aaron. I'm actually trying to tweet that I'm on here right now. You know what's happening now? It's like just, oh look, it just went through. Took a minute or two. But tonight we are talking about a couple of things. We're going to go through the live, pretty much countdown of the limited edition stuff from Vinegar, how low things are getting. You'd be surprised. And we're going to look at a Kino Lorbo sale as well. So we got a couple sales to look at tonight. It should be a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll get some people in here. Hey Javid, welcome man. Did you get much from the sale? So, there we go. Hey, and ready. How did you do sale-wise? I kind of wonder what you guys were thinking. Now, I was asked on here, and I'll say this live because I'm not sure if he's going to be watching right now, but I'll actually comment later. By J. Laura, will Nightmare Weekend ever come back in? Is it sold out? Nightmare Weekend will come back in. I'm not sure if it's going to come back in during the sale, Jay. Hey there, Alan. But it definitely will be back. Savage Down and Savage Harbor. You're starting to get the VSAs, right? You're starting to look at the VSAs. I'm going to guess LA War is going to be one of your type 2 because it's of an action one. Do they usually restock canceled orders after the sale? It depends. Miss Berserker said. It's still a good movie to get, even without the Berserker. Hey there, Mike. I am doing okay so far. Hey there, Locke. So basically, unless it's something that's totally going out of print, like obviously things like that, like the early stuff that went out, those VSAs that are gone, those are gone. So we'll be seeing exactly what comes up, but normal stuff comes back. Yeah, like if people order too many of one type, they have like a limit on certain titles. And once they see that that somebody's like somebody looks suspicious and they're buying like a bunch of titles, usually what they do is they will stop it. I so want the mini slips, Adrian. I want to know what that secret is. The KL sale I will be talking about later on, Alan, actually. But what I'm going to do first, I'm going to break down how low things are. So in case, trying to find out what you should buy for a day, and you still can make your mind. Well, hopefully, Andres, I can help you out. Hey there, Man versus Film. Still love that name, by the way. So what I'm going to go through really quickly is I'm going to give you the numbers of things. I didn't put anything that's over 500, but I'm going to let you guys know what the limited edition ones that and how low they are. I'll even let you know how low the mini slips are because yes, they are there's a finite number of those as well. Anyway, so Hell Riders, what are the new VSAs? The new VSAs right now are Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death and LA Wars. I expect to have a little bit more fun with LA Wars, but I got a feeling that Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death is going to be one of those things that I'm going to end up watching a lot. It just seems so weird. People say, well, this looks kind of bad, almost like not that it's not so good, it's bad. But to me, Dr. Jekyll, you like shoving like something in people so that the kung fu fight each other. Sounds like a good time. A good time will be had by all. A few drinks. Evil Town is out of print, and Vice Academy are both out of print. They had a few of those during the beginning of the sale, but as far as I know, I think they kind of actually sold out within minutes of the sale. Hey there, welcome, man. So here's what the limited edition count is as of when I looked at it around like 15 minutes ago. So I can't say that these are the exact numbers right now, but and we'll go through some of the titles that you want to wondering about. Hey there, Chris. Extra 3. Extra is a fun. Extra 3 is different, but do I have? Of course, all the VSAs, man. All the VSAs. I gotta have the VSAs. Hey there, 4K. So Hell Riders was the last VSA that came out before the new 2 that came out. How low is Hell Riders? Hey there, Emily. Good to see you here. Hell Riders is down to 69. So if you are even thinking about Hell Riders at this point, which is a VSA title, it's going to have those big, reversible posters. There's going to be some features on it on Hell Riders. You're going to see Adam West and Tina Louise. You're going to see their stunt doubles. You're going to see a biker movie, bafflingly made around 11 or 12 years after biker movies were pretty much kind of passe. But it'll be fun. It'll be super fun. I'm glad you love Valentine. It's a favorite of mine, actually. A lot of people hate on it, but I love that film. So there are only 69 copies of the VSA Hell Riders left. And just so you know, unlike other titles, VSAs, once they go, they go. That's why there were so many people waiting at the beginning of this sale to just try and get a copy of Evil Town or Vice Academy when they came. And if people were putting it in their cart and then going looking for other stuff before they checked out, they missed out on getting the Evil Town and Vice Academy ones that they had there. And people were so wanted those titles so bad that the Evil would go for the dashed unnumbered ones that were left over. So Hell Riders, there won't be any more of this one apparently. So they don't look like there's going to be any more dashed copies of Hell Riders. So if you want it, 69 copies is all that's left right now. I saw it go from 79 to 69 within the 5 minutes that I was actually doing this list. Deadline, which is one that I strongly want actually. I really want Deadline. I saw it on VHS back in the day. Is the spinner pin sold out, John? I didn't know that was sold out. Damn. I would have loved that, the spinner pin. Hey there, Doc. Welcome back. You're here for Vincent time, too. Deadline is down to 307. So if you want the Deadline with the cover, Deadline is one of those crazy cool little films. I don't own it, the Vinegar Syndrome one. I do need to get it. It's a mean movie. But it's about this author. I guess you can consider him like a John Saul, Stephen King type of author. What's really neat about it is there's these scenes from his books and from movies about his books and stuff like that you see played out within the film. I'm going to get to that actually. I'm going to get to the announcements as well because I did manage to put that down here too. So Deadline's a fun one. Deadline is one of the ones. It was on my short list of ones. Deadline, Zombie Island Massacre. Those were ones on my short list to get. Why do I love Zombie Island Massacre? No zombies. Yeah, you add the titles with your previous ones. It doesn't change the shipping. You don't have to worry about doing it second order. The VSAs are what I went for first. I had to go for Olivia because it's Uli Lummel and Susan Love, and that's enough for me. Of course, I think everybody got Blood Money because Blood Money is awesome. You saw Zombie Island Massacre in the theaters. Were you upset, 4K, that there were no zombies in the film? Or were you like, okay, don't know why, nice slasher film, but not quite sure why they called it Zombie Island Massacre. Hey, greetings from Canada to Spain. Because now I could be wrong, but isn't Zombie Island Massacre like one of those movies where the title is really not what it is? Actually, but for me, it's better. So Hard Soap Disco Lady, that one is down to 321. Well, Nightmare Weekend, actually, Jay, I just mentioned you, man. Nightmare Weekend is coming back. It's not one of the out-of-print ones that's going out of print for good. So you will see Nightmare Weekend back again. So you will be able to get that crazy Dale Metcalf movie with some of the weirdest scenes ever, and it's really fun. There's puppets. There's Dale Metcalf from Pet Sematary. There are gigantic globes, like orbs, like that turn into things. So don't worry, you'll still get it. Forgotten Jolly is a cool one. Not everybody love it, but I do love it. Hard Soap Disco Lady is down to 321 right now. If you're collecting the records. Blood Games, first one I went for, Emir. I love Blood Games. It's one of those kind of the sort of a rape revenge movie, but with a lot more action and a lot more like dead bodies. It's definitely an exploitation genre. But it's cool. It's a fun one. Will I be ordering Dawn of the Dead? I hope so. It depends on how much money I've got at the time. But I really want it really, really bad. I didn't pick up Severed Arm this time, Emily, but I really want that one. That's on my list of ones to get. 7 titles is a definitely a decent amount. Somebody contacted me last night, actually. Blood Game. Yeah, Emir, see, that's it. Blood Games is awesome. And actually is sending a Vinegar Syndrome title my way, which is actually pretty cool. So I'm getting an extra one. And I don't know what it is, but I'm actually super stoked about it. If you collect records, the Spookies soundtrack, the LP for the Spookies, no TV series as of yet. I wonder what a first TV series could be for Vinegar Syndrome release, though. Think about that, guys. Spookies LP is down to 20 copies. So if you want the soundtrack to Spookies, which is a super crazy film, You should own Spookies, by the way. If you've got a Vinegar Syndrome collection, Spookies should be one of those Blu-rays that's in your collection. But the LP itself is down to 20. Secta Sinistra, which is a Spanish horror film done by Vinegar, well, not done by Vinegar Syndrome, put out by Vinegar Syndrome. Not quite as good as Corruption of Chris Miller right here. Corruption of Chris Miller apparently is one of the greats that Vinegar Syndrome's put out. Is down to 327. So if you want some kind of crazy Secta Sinistra stuff, 327 is down to that, man. Beyond Evil is down to 320, and Beyond Evil I think is the one. I think it's got John Saxon, and it's a little nuts, but definitely one to. Not my favorite, but I'll eventually get it. Taking Tiger Mountain is down to 289. Night Owl is down to 439, and The Passing is down to 365. Dominique is dead, or is she? Is down to 178, and that's a fun little film. If you like kind of a slow burn Southern Gothic type of stuff, Beyond Evil's like, nah. See, I wouldn't say. I like Mausoleum, right? I like Mausoleum a lot, and I like Beyond Evil, but I don't think it's in Mausoleum territory, as in like the quality of Mausoleum. But that's just my opinion. It's been a long time. I don't own like Beyond Evil, and it's been a long time since I've seen it. Play Dead is super crazy stuff. That movie I did see back in the day. That's Yvonne De Carlo. So they're completely sold out. I'll have to check on that actually. Another glitch. But there is one that's way down there. I told you guys about this one, and you're going to kick yourself if you don't get it, because it's got one of the sexiest slipcovers the Vinegar Syndrome ever put out, and that is Shot. Shot was down when I checked to 74, so it's way under 100. So would I recommend Deadly Daphne's Revenge? It's not available now. It's okay. I mean, it's not one of those super gotta grab it titles. Let me ask you a question, Javed. What do you think Deadly Daphne's Revenge is about? Do you think it's a revenge story? Because, sorta. Do you think there's a Deadly Daphne girl in the film? Sorta. Do you think it's an unusual love story drama? Yes, it would be. Is it like Nail Gun Massacre? No. Nail Gun Massacre is way more fun, way more entertaining than Deadly Daphne's Revenge. But it's fun. I don't mind Deadly Daphne's Revenge. I can watch it, but it's not one that I can like write out say, oh yes, you got to pick up this one. I'm always going to be honest when it comes to recommendations. I do own Deadly Daphne's Revenge. I did find it a fun film, but with people going in and seeing the cover and expecting that character, or reading the plot and expecting some kind of serious I Spit in Your Grave type of thing, or Nail Gun Massacre kind of wackiness, you're not going to get that. Hey there, Jacob. We got Wonder Women. It's down to 252. So if you like the action-y type, there's a cool one for you. Seeds and Vapors finally went under the 500 mark and it's gone down to 563. What are my thoughts on the Anvil collection? Actually, I really like the Anvil collection. See, the Anvil collection is, there's a book called Anvil Cursed, and it was about like cursed items, like from the Anvil house. So the Anvil, like those 4 films are based kind of on that book. There was Anvil, I think The Evil Escapes, which was done like as a TV film. But don't let that dissuade you, because that's actually one of the better films in the set. And although you think like it would lose something where it's on TV, it doesn't. It's still as mean-spirited and as wacky as an Amityville film should be. The other 3 films are actually really kind of fun. Vincent's right. They are highly recommended. It's a great-looking set. There are fun films. I think you'll go back to the well and watch them more than once. And there's some neat little features on them as well. So I would recommend the Anvil collection. Pumpkinhead, it's a film that I love. But I do like Pumpkinhead too as well, and a lot of people don't, so I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. The Psychic Killer with Slip is down to 213. So if you're looking at getting that Psychic Killer Slip goodness, then 213. And if you haven't picked up Night Train to Terror, I don't know why you haven't yet, because it's awesome. The Night Train to Terror with Slip is down to 351. The mini slips, those little ones with that secret like thing inside, and I don't know what it is. Is it a will it be a pin? Will it be a magnet? What's going to be inside those secret mini slips when you open them up? They're kind of like matchbox size. Is it a magnet? Are we going to get some magnets? I did not get mine. Well, we don't get stuff here on Saturdays, Jacob. But hopefully I'll get it next week sometime. But it is going pretty slow, and it's understandable the way things are going right now. Incubus mini slip is down to 84. Orgy of the Dead mini slip is down to 128. That's actually the highest of the mini slips that are there. And the uninvited mini slip, which is Graydon Clark goodness, is down to 106. The shelf dividers, which only come out during the sale, the standard shelf dividers are down to 173, and the deluxe ones are down to only 27 shelf dividers left. Elvis. I love Elvis, man. I'm named after him. And there are 2 t-shirts I know for sure that are only for the sale, and that is the Vinegar Syndrome Family Portrait t-shirt and the Cranial Vinegar t-shirt. So those ones I know are sale oriented only. One thing I did do is I made sure to look in, because they did a breakdown of, I got to find it here. Oh, don't tell me I don't have it. What the heck? Why is that doing like that? They did a breakdown on what's going to be coming out in, what's my opinion is Vinegar. I'll check that in a second. If I miss any of your comments right now, Mascara I recommend highly, Andreas. I really liked Mascara. It has a story to it, and I'll actually, basically the storyline to Mascara, there's this girl, she's dating, she's going through the whole dating routine, but she's feeling hollow. She's feeling like nothing. Olivia's Vincent, yeah, it's a good one too. There's an 88 Films version called Prozzy out there, but it's a cut version. Olivia's the uncut version. So she feels hollow. She feels like nothing's really touching her right now. Like relationship-wise, sex, any of that type of stuff. Nothing's doing it. Nothing, like she just feels empty. She's going through the motions. She meets up with this girl who turns out to be like a prostitute, and she goes to her house and basically says, I want to go along with you. I want to see if something can make me feel alive, make me feel like something. That's Mascara. It's a good film. All right, so this is a breakdown of Vinegar Syndrome ongoing till through December. So June, we got Old Dracula, Best Friends, and I like to watch Sorority Sweethearts. That's a XXX one, but pretty good one actually, if I remember. And July's a big month, because you're going to get a never on disc 80s slasher film. There's going to be an 80s thriller and a 70s hardcore title. So it's going to be a mix for July. Maybe in November we'll get Graduation Day. That'd be a cool one, Emily. I'd want that one. I really like Graduation, actually. In August, the 3 titles are going to be The Collar, Pandemonium, and an 80s XXX film. Pandemonium, when I say Pandemonium with a pained sigh, it's kind of because I'm not a huge, I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Pandemonium. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I really didn't like the film when I saw it. I want to have every Vinegar Syndrome title. That may be one of the last ones I pick up. Okay, in September of 2020, some really cool stuff. You're going to get a never on disc 80s slasher film, a never on disc late 80s MGM horror film, not a slasher film, but an MGM horror film, and number 2 of the 3 Giallo collection. So probably Forgotten Giallo Volume 2. Hey there, Jason. In October, Rest in Pieces is coming to Vinegar Syndrome. An 80s slasher that's unnamed. There's another Giallo that's coming, and a gory Italian horror. So there's 4 titles coming in there. But the biggest month of all for Vinegar Syndrome for 2020, after this, is going to be, that's what I think, Jacob, too, is 5 releases. That's 2 4K UHD discs in November, 1 3D Blu-ray, and 2 other horror films. And December is a pretty, it's good for people that collect the adult titles. There are 2 XXX titles coming in December. So to break it down for you in in costs, because it is here. So the MSRP costs, because it's always going to be, remember, when I give the MSRP costs, it's always less than the MSRP costs when you pre-order. but the MSRP cost for June, not the pre-order cost, was 104.94 American. This is all going to be American prices. July, it's 104.94 again. August is 104.94. September is up a bit because it's the Giallo collection again, so that's 139.94. So we're getting a second Giallo collection coming out. October is 154.92. November, their biggest month yet, is going to be $204.90 if you want the entire thing, which is 5 releases, 2 of them being 4K UHDs. And December is going to be a pretty light month, $69.96. And considering there were 2 hardcore titles, they probably should have priced it $69.69. Just that's a bad joke, but we'll say that there. Is the Giallo set pretty good? It's different than the Italian stuff. I would not say it was comparable to the Italian stuff. I would say it's very different than the Italian stuff. If I were an actor in 1989, what role would you have loved to play? I wanted to do stage, so probably some Shakespeare, and I did go out for a couple soap opera roles back in the day. Mason Kaplan on Santa Barbara. That's what that was my dream role back then, or a role on Doctor Who, but not Doctor Who because I'm Canadian, and as a Canadian, I don't think I should be allowed to play Doctor Who. I think that should be like a UK thing. But I am going to open up your. I missed out on some of your comments, and your questions. Oh yeah, I saw The Most Dangerous Game. I saw the first episode of it with what's his name, Liam Hemsworth, right? I'm doing pretty good Cinematech. We're I'm getting your comments up here because I missed out on other comments. Peter Cushing Doctor Who movies are really fun. I'm waiting on them a bit because I do have a DVD release of both of the films called the Dalek Collection, which included the Dalek Mania on it. So I'll eventually get it. What the hell is this? Skip ad, please. I'm trying to get to your comments here, but YouTube is like being a bit annoying and not letting me open the comment section. So we're going to try again. There we go. I don't have Pink Ladies, but I would definitely get mascara over Pink Ladies if I remember it well. Okay, so for the before I go any further, you asked about the Forgotten Jolly set. So it's not both of the two to the 3 of them are Spanish, one's Italian. They're kind of different than a lot of the Italian ones. Don't expect like a lot of the well, you get some of the tropes. The most Giallo-like one, like Italian Giallo style one, is the first one. It's Trauma. They're numbered, by the way, and that is cool. It's sleazy. There's lots of nudity. The deaths and the violence, the gore is pretty tame compared to some sets, some films. But it's fun. I really like Trauma. I really like that one a lot. They kind of like the movie Psycho. I'm just going to put it there. You might have liked Psycho just a tiny bit. The second one is the police are blundering in the dark. It is insane. It is nuts. It is crazy. I'm not sure if it totally works, but I think I like it. I watched it twice, but it's a strange film, and again, very sleazy. If you like nudity, you're all in. It's got one of the weirdest concepts because the one of the guys, much in the line of like, remember when Dario Argento made the movie Cat of Nine Tails, and they talked about like, oh, the evil gene, stuff like that, rather than giving it an actual reasoning for the killer. Well, this one here has kind of one of those science fiction-y type of things as well, because in this one, the guy, there's a photographer, and he can take pictures of your mind, of your thoughts. That's the thing in that film. The third film, and the film that I think is the best film, but a lot of people disagree with me on, is The Killer's 1 of 13. It is not sleazy. There's no nudity. There's almost no violence in it at all. But it is, however, an excellent like thriller, and a really good like Agatha Christie style drawing room type mystery. And it does spend a lot of time working up the character, bringing the characters up before there's even any death in there at all. It's really bad. Like Police at Bloodborne is bad, but I still have fun with it. It's crazy. It's insane. It's extremely low budget. I think you like Trauma. That's one that I didn't think I was gonna like, but I really got into. So if you want something, if you want it to be like very similar to the all the Italian giallos, it's not going to be completely similar to the Italian giallos, but Trauma is going to give you that overall like razor blade killer with the black gloves and the ton of nudity. So you're going to get that, and that's never if you 2 to 3 are going to give you your sleaze quoting, and the third one's going to be have a really good plot, which some people find a little bit slow, but it works for me. But I'm an Agatha Christie type of guy. Hopefully that helps out a bit. Well, my favorite Vinegar Syndrome slashers. Well, I like slasher. I do like Slaughter University. It's not a good movie, but it's a fun movie. I would love to own Zombie Island Massacre, which again, 4K I'll tell you all about, is another film. It's actually a slasher film with a zombie name. Oh, I'm trying to think what they put out. Like, Incubus is not a slasher film per se, but there is like elements of that in there. But there's some really cool stuff. Some people go with Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse is okay, but a lot of people were really excited when Slaughterhouse came out. But I'm trying to think. Can you guys think of any Vinegar Syndrome slashers without me going back to my shelf and just checking over there? Don't answer the phone. I forgot about don't answer the phone. Again, I'm a big actor in that one as well. Synapse. I'll do a Synapse video in the near future. I'm going to stick with like Severin and Kino tonight. So Severin, God. Vinegar Syndrome and Kino tonight. If films released the new transfers of many Van Damme films. That's actually kind of cool. Cinematheque grabbed Berserker, The Incubus, Corruption, Chris Miller, Night Train to Terror. Awesome choice. Decoder, and Forgotten Jolly. All excellent choices. I don't remember Decoder very well. Madman, thank you. I forgot the Vinegar Syndrome put up Madman. There is a Kino sale going on right now, actually. I'm actually going to talk about that in a little bit. So there is a KL sale going on right now, Kino Lorber sale. I know that, yep, there's Kino sale too. There's a couple sales going on right now. Memorial Day sales, basically, is what they're being called, Memorial Weekend sales. Yeah, there are a lot of sales this summer, Jace. The McPherson tapes looks pretty cool. It's a kink sale. Yeah. Well, there is a kink sale in Vinegar Syndrome. There's a kink sale in Vinegar Syndrome during Valentine's Day. Taking Target. I haven't seen that one in a while. So I would not be able to give you like an honest to God's opinion on Taking Tiger Mountain, but I'm sure somebody here would be able to oblige and tell you more about Taking Tiger Mountain than I can. I don't have that one yet in my collection. There's a ton of sales. Like at some point, what's Pandemonium about? It's got Tommy Smothers from Smothers Brothers in it. I think he plays a Mountie, if I remember correctly. Some people might like it. It's like a comedy horror, but comedy horror is something like I do like. There's a lot of comedy horror that like Student Bodies. I love Student Bodies. Saturday the 14th, take relief. Depends on the mood I'm in. Pandemonium was never really like one up that was up my alley. Unmasked for sure. Thank you. I love Unmasked Part 25. I don't have Justine. Actually, I did a trade recently with a guy, and actually Justine is one of the ones that's coming in that trade. So I'll know soon enough. I'm a big fan of like I read a lot of the Desaad stuff and like early on when I was in college and that, and I watched a lot of the Franco films. And I'm thinking Justine is going to be kind of something like that, so I'll check on that. Patty Hearst, good one. Paul Schrader. The Children, Anvil box. Yes, anybody that's picked up the box set, the Anvil set especially, good on you, because that is an excellent set. And if you want to see more horror sets come out, and you say, well, I'm not sure if I want the Jolly set, or I wanted that Angel set, but I didn't get it. Well, they're there. They're still there. The Anvil set's still there. The Forgotten Jolly set is still there. So there's some really good sets, and and it's a great deal for those sets as well. Wacko's fun. I mean, Wacko. I'll be honest, Vincent. First time I saw Wacko, I didn't like it very much. But Wacko's a way better film than Pandemonium. Like in my opinion. Like I may watch Pandemonium again, I might love it. But when I saw it, like when I originally saw Pandemonium, wasn't exactly like a highlight of my horror comedy. Wacko. I mean, I was doing a podcast, John Justice podcast with Brian Sauer, and he was really into Wacko. I was like really into Slaughter You, and I was kind of selling him on Slaughter You, and he was really into Wacko, and he was kind of selling me on Wacko. And I think by the time we finished our podcast, we'd both convinced each other that we liked those movies even more. So Wacko has grown on me since, and it's one of those cool ones that has these little things in it that it's just like Naked Gun, Airplane type of silly. So that's if you like those type of films, if you like those, then you'll like it. Why did BBC destroy the episodes of Doctor Who from the 1960s? Well, back then they didn't think they were going to be like VHS or DVD or anything like that. So really, what happens is it would just like end up kind of erasing the tape and and taping it over with something else because they sadly that was the case back then to save money. That's why a lot of old TV shows are like that. Thoughts on the Immortalizer? I don't know a lot about the Immortalizer. I kind of remember it. Uh, it didn't really like stick out to me that much. But oh the but it looks fun. It looks like a fun little film. I'll definitely buy it down the road. You had to spare the bank. A quick rundown on the the Gialli set. Two Spanish, one Italian. First one's Trauma, sleazy, fun, low budget. Definitely the most Giallo-esque of what you think of Giallo out of the three of them. Police are blundering in the dark. The lowest budget of all of them. Again, very sleazy, very fun like that. The deaths are very kind of tame compared to some, but there are still deaths. There's like Trauma's got the best deaths in it. But it's got an insane, almost sci-fi aspect to it that I do like. And the best one is, in my opinion, is the Killers 1 to 13. And that one is basically as Paul Nashi in a small part. Really good cast, and it's a bit of an Agatha Christie style mystery. It's a bit of a slow burn. There's no nudity in that one, and the deaths are almost PG-ish, but the storylines are really good. There's a quick rundown on the Forgotten Gialli set. See, I can do it really quickly. Have I ever seen Colossus for Forbidden Project years ago? Didn't that one have the guy from like Young and the Restless in it? Not a problem. I've watched that one several times before I made a video on it, actually. And watching the 80 films released on Alberto Bav's Macabre. Don't you just love the ending to Macabre? It's insane. What's my favorite Vinegar Syndrome release of all time? Well, break it down. My adult release is A Woman's Torment, Roberta Findlay, and I think that movie's good. The R-rated cut, that one's actually excellent if you don't watch the adult cut. Incubus, everybody should own Incubus, because that's just one of those really good films. It's got John Cassavetes and John Garfield in it. Kerry Keane is in it, and it's directed by John Hoff, who is an excellent director. So that's actually a really good film. I do find that I'm totally loving. The more I watch, what's it called? It's got John Savage and Southern in it. I'll tell you, I can't remember the name right now, but I really loved it. It was a really good one. Faceless Ones. Faceless Ones coming out, isn't it? Or did come out. Hey there, Weldon man. Welcome. I would love, Emily, if Home Sweet Home was released with a good quality copy. Because if you're like me, Emily, you probably searched out for that 25 movies set that was put out on in one of those dollar stores, and that was the only way that you could get Home Sweet Home. That's the only way I could get Home Sweet Home. Where's Vinegar Syndrome title? I mean, I love Vinegar Syndrome. Let me explain something to you. Vinegar Syndrome is my favorite company. And and I want to do this right. What, like to kind of explain why. I'm going to quote Riverdale, of all things, and it's from like the early on in the series, very in the first season, and it's Jekyll. Like, I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I don't fit in, and I don't wanna fit in. That's that's Riverdale. That's the character Jughead on Riverdale. Why did I say that? Because I am a weirdo. I don't fit in. And I'm okay with that, especially when it comes to the movie world. Vinegar Syndrome gets me as a company. It puts out the stuff that weirdos like me like strange, weird, unusual films that are just so much fun. The people that I think that if you want to make films, you can learn a lot from some of the higher made films. You can learn stuff from the Ingmar Bergmans and stuff of the world. But I think the best thing you can do if you want to learn cinema and you want to learn how to make cinema is to look at the grassroots of cinema. No, actually, Severin were really nice. They got back to me. They let me know how things were going. I cannot fault Severin on anything. When I say I was felt let down at the time, and I think I mentioned afterwards, I wasn't let down with Severin. I was let down with the way I was kind of frustrated with the way the whole mail thing was going. So it wasn't a knock on Severin when I said that tweet. It was actually a knock on like I was just frustrated with the postal system, and I figured on their side as well that they might have been too. They're actually really nice. They're really nice guys, and they're really good at getting back to you too. But now let me get back here so I can find your comments because I missed some of them because I was quoting weirdness. So yeah, I don't have a worst Vinegar Syndrome release. If there's anything that really stands out that I didn't really get into when I first time I watched it, it's Demon Eyed, but I got to give it another chance. Although somebody keeps telling me not to give it another chance. Demon Eyed is probably the one that I don't watch as much. But no, I was never upset with Severin. There's no reason to be. I don't think Andy Milling's a terrible director at all, actually. I think Andy Milling's way, way underrated. And if you got Fleshpot on 42nd Street, then you know that Andy Milligan's not a terrible director. And definitely not if he wrote, and I think he did write Fleshpot on 42nd Street, if he wrote Fleshpot on 42nd Street, he's definitely not a terrible writer. Because Fleshpot on 42nd Street is one of those Vinegar Syndrome titles that I always say, if you want to write characters, you want to write films, if you're writing, Fleshpot on 42nd Street is one of those that you watch and you listen to. You listen to the way the characters talk, listen to the way they're written. Do that for Fleshpot on 42nd Street. Do that for Angel, the one put up by Vinegar Syndrome, and do that for Sweet Smell of Success. Those are three titles you're going to look at when it comes to because the key, and I don't hear this enough in films, and I don't get this enough with the way that a lot of films are written, and it bothers me as a guy that used to write and that should be writing now. A lot of times movies sound like, okay, these are words put in somebody's mouth. Fleshpot and 42nd Street by Andy Milligan doesn't sound like they're words put in somebody's mouth. They sound like people actually just talking. Really, really good. I like Hobgoblins. I'm a fan of Rick Sloan's kind of crazy insanity. It's like, let's be honest, it's not, no Hobgoblin's never going to win an award. Blood Theater, like Ed Mary Wernoff, I think that's probably not as good as Hobgoblins when it comes to like the entertainment aspect, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the visits, maybe a little bit more. But all those are titles that I have fun with. What I think the Dawn of the Dead set details, it looks amazing, and more so than the features, I'm especially interested in the CDs that are accompanying that set as well. There's some great stuff, including some soundtrack and some musical cues that I really want. I want Vinegar Syndrome this more 89 thing. What they do put some 80 things around 89. There's a book with it, yeah. I think there is. But I want, like somebody said, why don't they put something like in the 2000s? And I'm like, don't put anything out in the 2000s. Like, cut it off like in the 90s. So like around whenever like Night Eyes, Body Chemistry, that that style stuff came out, maybe some early Synth Rothrock stuff. That's where you want to cut it off. Vinegar Syndrome is not a company that should be putting out things in the 2000s or stuff like that. But 89 is a great year for Vinegar Syndrome to look into. Will I be getting Jaws 4D? Eventually, yeah. Night Train with Slip, Penitentiary, Disco Godfather, Good Luck Miss Wycliffe. I still got to get that one. Ice Cream Man, Hollywood Horror House. I hear that's a great one, actually. I've seen it a long time ago, though. What else did you get there? Let me see. Cutting Class. There's another slasher for Chris. Frightmare. Frightmare is a one I got to rewatch, actually. Double Exposure I like. Here's one that doesn't get talked about enough. Double Exposure is a fun little film. A bit of a murder mystery type thing. Oh yeah, it does. Like a huge set. There's like a Blu-ray set and a 4K set, and there's only like I think what $10 in the difference of the sets, or £10. And it's massive. It's a like I'm just look it up Daz afterwards. It's a massive set, man. But there's no you can't pre-order it until after 26th. Well, they're kind of the same film. Evil Town and Evils in the Night are sort of the same movie. They pretty much have a very similar plot, like a very similar plot, and the just Evils of the Night has a bigger cast, and I like Evils of the Night a little bit more, but Evil Town is a good movie too. Like not a good movie, but a good bad movie. And there's a difference. So you can have a movie that's really bad and be really boring, and usually those are high budget studio things. And you can have a movie that's really bad, but you're going to enjoy the hell out of it because it is really bad. But Evil Town and Evils of the Night are actually ones that are bed and breakfast hell. I don't know. I don't think I have that are kind of fun. And weren't they done by the same person actually? With just like with so many years apart. I'd say check out like Ragman. Check out like Fleshpot on 42nd Street. It's an adult film. It's an adult title, but I would say those are ones to grab. So and ready when you just put in the order for Hell Riders. How low was the total count on the? Did you notice on how many were left? Because Hell Riders was one of those that's pretty low down there when it comes to what they were, how many they had. So anybody that wants to get Hell Riders, I get it now. I never noticed the PAL format. People always say that. I think you gotta pay like close attention. What did I order from the Vinegar Syndrome sale? I didn't have a lot of money. I was pretty broke, to the point that yeah, I spent money I shouldn't have spent and I couldn't have spent. But I got Olivia, I got Blood Games because Blood Games everybody should get Blood Games. I'm just saying that's a really good one. I got Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death, the VSA. I got the VSA LA Wars. I got the VSA Hell Riders, and I got the 4K of Rad. Those were the titles that I went for. That's all I could afford, and that was like overstretching my budget at that point. Is there a Dracula film coming in Vinegar Syndrome? Well, they do have one now called Count Dracula's Great Love, which was done by Paul Naschy. That's a Spanish Dracula film. But actually kind of a shorter Dracula, but actually it's pretty good. Dracula Sucks is another one, which stars Jamie Gillis, and it was the first film for adult actress Sika, actually. So if you ever want to see Sika's first work as an adult, like a big work, it would be from in that film right there. And now Old Dracula is coming out, which is a bit of an insane film and a lot of fun. It's different, and it's a David Niven one. So if you like that type of stuff. Do I like true crime? I do a bit. I grew up with my mom. Well, my mom. I grew up with my grandparents. My mom's around a lot. My mom's was a true crime aficionado. So she'd get like those true crime like magazines, and she'd read all the the true crime books and stuff like that. So if anything, any love I got of any true crime stuff comes from my mother, because she's really into that stuff. I found it kind of a bit morose. Oh yeah, the full moon has a sale going on right now, don't they? Signed up for the annual streaming service and got the 12 Puppet Master collection for free. You going broke? 62 copies. So there you go. Hell Riders is down to 62 copies, guys. So if you don't have Hell Riders, get Hell Riders. It's a cool one. It's a fun one. VSA. If you want it. If you don't like that type one, don't get it. Worst Vinegar Syndrome title ever released? I don't know. I really don't. Like I said, they are a company that's near and dear to my heart. I do feel like I feel like if I ever had like if in a parallel dimension I'd ever done a company myself, it would be Vinegar Syndrome stuff. Savage Genre, Hell Riders. Go for Hell Riders, man, because Hell Riders is going to go to sale, go to print. Once it's gone, it's gone. Savage Genre is probably a better film. I'll be honest with you. But if you're going to kick yourself if you don't get Hell Riders right now, well, it's still available. Savage Genre is still over 500 copies available, so you'll get Savage Genre after the sale. You won't get Hell Riders after the sale. I won't say Hell Riders is a good film, but it's one to go with. See, I like Massage Parlor Murders. It's not Bloody New Year. I love. Well, I got to say, I love Bloody New Year. Norman J. Warren, one of his best, actually. I had to get the VSAs, Logan. Not a bunch of stuff. I got 6 titles in total. That it was a painful amount of money to spend for somebody that didn't think I was going to get one. But I'm very lucky. My better half put up with me and let me have those titles, and it totally broke me. But I did. I got the three. I got the 3 VSIs. I got the Hell Riders, and I'm glad I did because it's almost sold out now. And I got Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon to Death and L.A. Wars. I'm really excited about L.A. Wars, actually. That's one I know. I got Olivia because Uli Lum and Suzanne Love. Gotta love that. Grabbed and of course I got Rad, like everybody got Rad. And Blood Games because everybody's got Blood Games because that looks awesome. And if you don't get Blood Games, it's gonna go to print after a while, and you're gonna get it with no cover, and you're gonna want that sexy cover. I love the Christmas Evil slipcover. Like Christmas Evil artwork before the slipcover, sure. Christmas Evil slipcover, amazing. You sold your copy. All about sexy covers, then I know you picked up Blood Games because that is one sexy cover, man. And I'm sure you got Pale Blood too. Also sexy cover. That was super sexy, Pale Blood was. And a good film because Wings Hauser, man. Wings Hauser always. You can have like a film that's okay, and like then they'll get it down the road, get on the next sale, Logan. And you get a film that'll be okay, and then Wings Hauser will come into it, and it'll become excellent just because Wings Hauser. You should still be able to get Blood Games at the Black Friday sale, but I don't know if it'll have a slipcover on it. Somebody asked me if one of the two of the titles aren't going to be available then. Did they let you cancel? I contact them. I can't see why not if you do it like soon because the titles haven't gone yet. So are you looking to cancel one and put another one in its place? Is that what it is? They should be pretty good with that. I mean, like give them a bit to get back to you, but I'd say message them and maybe give them a tweet to let them know that you sent them a message. Hell Riders is down to 57. You're smart getting the Vice Academy and the Angel set. Those were like hands down some of the best stuff that they put out. And even if you're not a fan of Rick Sloan's normal stuff, you're probably gonna like Vice Academy. It's fun. It's cheesy. Not for everybody. Michael Keane was not a fan, but a good YouTuber, by the way. But I gotta. Is Hell Riders even any good? It depends. What you to signify as good. If you've noticed any of the VSA titles, if you got some of them, you're going to notice that what they are and what they kind of represent is this is what I get from the VSA line, and you guys can correct me if you don't get the same thing. Is that these are titles that are kind of like VHS rental type of titles where you not the big title, but you walk around a VHS rental store like a Blockbuster or something like that, and you don't go for the main title, you go for that odd title in the background. And Punk Vacation I heard is pretty good. I don't have it yet, but I got to get it. Yeah, definitely so bad they're good. And Hell Riders is, in my opinion, so bad it's good. It has, never go for IMDb because, come on, most of the great movies are movies that I find great. Nail Gun Massacre, I'm sure it doesn't have a great review on IMDb. Fun film as hell. But Hell Riders had like Adam West and Tina Louise from Gilligan's Island, right? So they're stars of the film. They only were on the set for one day, right? So they had one day to film with them. So you don't have to be too eagle eyes, but watch throughout the film. You'll see their stand-ins, stunt doubles throughout the film, and pretty much it's pretty easy to see, but it is fun. Welcome, Mark. Hope you're having a good evening there. Welcome in. But I enjoy them. I think they're fun films. What's my thoughts on Psyche Killer? It's been so long since I've seen Psyche Killer, Adam. I enjoyed it though when I watched it. It's been years ago. It's been years since I've seen it. Ever got like feeling like there's like, oh, my tongue is fuzzy. Oh, weird. I got cats, so I always wonder. Going by the evening, same stuff for you. True. Grocery shopping. I had to go to Walmart actually not too long ago. I had my mask on and everything. Want to see my mask, guys? I got it here. Not even joking. So, my better half, who knows I'm a huge Superman fan. There you go. That's my mask. Oh, my better half made that one. She makes all this stuff. You got a Batman one. That's cool. Oh, you can. There's a lot of people there without them, but I just like my better half as immune issues too, so I like to make sure. Orphan Killer mask. Oh man. Oh, that would be so cool. Got a Banana Man one. For the specialist. Oh, I forgot that one. That is kind of from Yurik, isn't it? There's a lot of good stuff coming out this year. For guys that came in later, I broke down like what's coming out for Vinegar Syndrome for up to December. Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death and Rad. Well, Rad's a Hal Needham film. Well, I think a lot of us are poor. I'm poor right now. But yes, I'm poorer than I was yesterday, that's for sure. Rad, Rad's is a pretty good film. I saw Rad back in the day. I liked Rad. Well, I'll put it to you this way. Do you like Karate Kid? Are you a fan of Karate Kid? The movie Karate Kid. So, if you like Karate Kid, and I said this yesterday, I think, and you thought, hey, you know what? You know what would make Karate Kid better? If there wasn't karate in it, but instead there's BMX bikes and BMX bike stunts, then Rad's the movie for you. Because that is exactly what it is. It is Karate Kid on BMX bikes right down. It is literally that. It is down to the, even as a song, that kind of is reminiscent of You're the Best. But if you're going to get either one of them, Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death, I think, is going to be around for a while. Once Rad sells out, dude, that's gone. I'd go with Rad first. Your wife wanted to see Rad. Rad's a fun one. Do you remember Chopper Bikes? A little bit. Is that was that the name of it? Is Give Me an Angel? The song? Send Me an Angel. Oh. There's like a music video on Rad as well. But it's one of the rare 4K releases that they did. They've only done 2, Tammy and the T-Rex, which I still need. I really want that film. And of course, Rad, which is the new one that came out. Which was the song that John Farnham, God did the song The Voice. If anybody remembers like 80s music, there's a John Farnham made this hit song called The Voice. And I can't sing, so I can't sing it for you. But I know John Farnham did like a song on Rad as well. Same Angels by Scorpions. Oh, nice. It's been a while since I've heard that. What movie would I like to see in 4K? Oh, that's a good question. I'm not sure. 88 Films versus Vincent Video. I'll do it, man. Well, you got it. Well, Vigilante is coming out by 4K, Lock. It's coming out from Blue Underground. So they're actually doing a 4K. Exactly, Warlock. That's the song. You know the song. You just gained you gain cool points. I'm not sure if I'm the person to give it cool points, but if I can give it cool points, you just got some. Is Severin my second best? I go back and forth. I love Severin. I love Arrow Video, but both of those, are Vincent is definitely it's the closest to my heart because I'm weird, and I like those weird titles. Dead Alive would be great in 4K. We got some people doing some song lyrics here, which I kind of love. But yeah, Vigilante's coming from Blue Underground on 4K, so watch out for that one. I would love to see Massacre at Central High. What's it? Central High? Massacre at Central High? Is that the name of it? Oh, I got to get the name right. I think that's the name of it. Anyway, a movie I really like is I think there's music issues. Speaking of music, I think music issues has stopped that one from coming out. But I would definitely want to see that come out. Mythbusters. You're going to be the next person to say that I look like Adam from Mythbusters. That's right. Yeah, it's the beard, man. Rad, Mascara, Justine, Amityville, Incubus, Blood Games. Damn good. What did you do back out? It's I know how you feel. That's not no man. That's not bad at all. I get that a lot. That and the dude that played the villain in Wonder Woman, so that's okay. I'm not an easily offended person. Why does KL Studio release TV reunion movies in widescreen and not in the original format? I don't know actually. I'd have to check that out. The new VSAs are good. I mean, like they're not good, but they're fun. I mean, L.A. Wars is a fun film. I think L.A. Wars might be one of the most fun films that they're putting out. It's one of those crazy, lots of action films, ton of nudity in L.A. Wars. I think that that don't look at the please if you order at L.A. Wars, don't go through the pictures in L.A. Wars. It gives away too much. It really does. But it's definitely a decent little like kind of low budget action, and it's kind of what I want to see more of them do with the VSA line. Actually, I love the Dawn of the Dead news. I'm very excited about it. I'm excited about it's getting a 4K release. I'm super excited that it's going to be having those CDs with it as well. Much like the Severance and Umberto Lenzi Carol Baker said. Oh, I know, Tam the T-Rex from that opening sequence with the grabbing the balls fight. Just gonna be good. Jaws 4K is definitely want to get eventually. I do like Jaws. It's one of my favorite films. I hope so because they are like it's not just that they got AGFA now. They're going to be having AGFA titles for a while. Drug Stories is a high up on my list of ones to get. I'm a big fan. I don't talk about it a lot, but I'm a big fan of those educational and like warning films that are out there. Riff Tracks had a whole bunch of them. So did Mystery Science Theater back in the day. I don't know. I would love to see Severin jump to the 4K landscape. I think they will. We're starting to see it come about. Was it Sony started it with Halloween, and wasn't there like a Hannibal movie or something like that put out by some company? But I think the Blue Underground started doing 4Ks, and now like the 4Ks are doing it. This is the way it is. Like basically, we'll have a single disc release. I don't think so. I wouldn't say a single disc release. It might get a 4 disc release down the road, or maybe a 2 disc release eventually. You can wait on Incubus. I mean, if it's not one that you want, like go for the stuff that you really want right now. Like I think Incubus is a great title. And it's a great film, so it's a favorite of mine. But look at the limited editions first, and look into like if there's something that's limited that you want. You see the numbers are going down, and you want to have that like cool looking slip or any of that type of stuff. Then definitely go with it. Always go with your gut. Go with what you like. I think that the success of more 4Ks coming out is going to depend on one thing. Are you guys going to be buying the 4Ks? Am I going to be buying the 4Ks? If that answer is yes, if you're thinking Dawn of the Dead's coming out, I want it in the best possible version I can get, I'm going to get the 4K set and not the Blu-ray set. Yeah, then you're going to see a lot more 4Ks coming out. If a lot of people pick up Tammy and the T-Rex, and a lot of people pick up Rad, a lot of people did pick up Rad, then you're going to see more 4Ks coming out from these companies. Well, the good thing about the Rad and I'll check just to be sure, but Rad has a Blu-ray disc as well, so it has a 4K and Blu-ray, so you're future-proofed. Runway Nightmare is a fun one. I like Runway Nightmare. That has Mike Curtel in it from Pets, actually. The Rad set comes with 4K and Blu-ray. Thanks, Warlock. I was pretty sure it did. So the cool thing is, like, you can buy Rad, like with Tam the T-Rex. You can buy Rad, you can buy Tam the T-Rex, and you can say, okay, well, eventually I'll be 4K, and I got a 4K disc in my collection. But it's not like I can't watch it. I can put it on the Blu-ray disc and I can watch that. That's the neat thing about it, and I do like that aspect of it. I do like that they don't just give you the 4K and just like kind of just leave you with that there, because some people, 4K has been around for a while, but still there's some people that are early adapters. When's the Kino sale going on right now, Mike? Hey Dave, welcome, man. The Kino sale actually started last night, I think, and it's for Memorial Weekend, so it's going on all weekend, I think. And there's a full moon sale going on too, which I forgot to mention. Welcome, Christine. I think third does for. I mean, like, think of like the work that's got to get put into stuff like that. And you $30. I paid over $40. Yeah, and more. Tam the T-Rex sold more in the 4K than the Blu-ray did, which is amazing. Uh, Full Moon, Kino, Vinegar Syndrome. For me, Vinegar Syndrome does 2 sales a year, so I focus on Vinegar Syndrome sales. I find the Kino has more sales. That's why I can lay off and get the Vinegar Syndrome, get the Kino sales titles later. That and a lot of Kino titles, when you pre-order them on Amazon, they go fairly cheap. You just got to remember, like, once they're announced, to pre-order them. That's the big thing, because you can have a title, it could be like $30 or $35, and the pre-order price will get down to like around 18. The big sale. Yeah, well, that's the first time they've done that. The Valentine's Day sale. Sweet 16 Initiation are excellent films. I hope you like them, actually. It went for a long time, actually. Kino and Raro have been doing this stuff for like a long period of time together. Like, they do Redemption, they do like the Jezebel line, and they do some rare titles too. Says Rare does some good releases. Would I recommend the movie Upgrade? Let me just say what he said before. Nightmare City. I got Nightmare City, the Arrow release of that one. That's one of those where I got it, and I keep forgetting that I have the film, and I keep saying, oh, I got to get Nightmare City whenever a sale comes up. Oh, the movie called Upgrade. Excellent film. Definitely check it out. Fantastic movie. So yeah, that's one of the modern films. Yeah, Upgrade was done by the person who did The Invisible Man, and it's a really good film. I won't start off with free shipping if you spend $80. Pretty much. I would like to see Scream Factory come out and like surprise us with an actual good sale. Suspiria 4K. I got Suspiria. Synapse put it. I got when they put it the Blu-ray, remaster. I got that one. That one costs a bit, so I would like to have the 4K, but do I think movies in the 70s make a difference on Blu-ray? Yeah, yeah, I mean, like, especially on 4K, because they were shot on film, and people wonder, like, are older movies going to look better when it comes to a 4K release? They are, if they're older, because you have film to work with to upgrade. Transfer stunning. See, I really like the Blu-ray, so eventually I'll probably get it, but not anytime. I got so many films to get that double and triple dipping on certain films, it's just not going to help me, right? And also, it will depend. It depends on the company that does it, right? But if it's well done and the elements are there, then yeah. 55-inch actually pretty good. Bliss, I don't. I think I have. I don't remember it very well though. Well, but the restoration thing, that depends on no matter what, like the format is. It's always going to depend on how good the restoration is. Like normal 4Ks, like a Jaws or something like that. I'm like Christine. I wait till like Black Friday or Boxing Day here in Canada, and then I'll pick up any like regular films I want. Those are the only 2 times a year I usually pick for like regular films. Most of the other stuff is like this. Will there be a official DVD release of Rad? No, I don't think so. I don't think you're going to get Rad. This is it. I'm pretty sure this is going to be for Rad. The only thing you're going to get from Rad coming out in the near future is a documentary about the film. That was let slip by Rock Shock Pop, who did a review of the movie of the 4K disc of Rad. And when they were going through the featurettes and talking about them, one of the things that they mentioned is that the interview would be part of a feature-length documentary that's being made on the movie Rad. So if you're interested in documentaries and you think, oh, I'm going to get the documentary about Rad. Need advice on a DVD? Paradise Alley and Blu-ray. I don't remember. Paradise Alley is Sylvester Stallone, right? Anybody remember? So I don't remember Paradise Alley very much. So I really don't know. I don't want to give you like a voice on a movie that that I don't remember. So if anybody remembers like the Paradise Alley film, it's been a long, long time since I've seen it. Feel free to give advice. I apologize, but I don't want to give you bad advice on something that I'm not sure of. Anytime I don't know something, you'll know. It's a Blu-ray channel. That's the thing, and then you get the 4K and it actually is better. And sometimes people are like kind of arguing back and forth over which release is better. Well, that happened with Halloween. Halloween, some people thought Halloween, like the 4K release, was too dark. I totally disagree, by the way. I thought it definitely looks more natural, looks better in 4K than it ever did. But people disagree. Some people disagree with me. Right. Now there is aside from the Vinegar Syndrome sale, there is the Kino sale, and there is also oh, I got a whole 3 rows of I got a small amount of like 4Ks, around, I don't know, 40, 45, 50 4K, something like that. I have not watched Hard Soap. I've heard good stuff about it. I hear Disco Lady's better. There's 2 movies on that disc, right? There's Hard Soap and Disco Lady. And from the reviews that I've seen, because I don't remember the film Hard Soap at all, I hear that Disco Lady's actually the better film, not the one that's focused on. So yeah, not a lot actually. I got a lot. I still got a lot to pick up. So much stuff to pick up. I'm going to check something here really quickly. I'm very curious to see how the limited edition stuff is going when it comes to this. I'm especially curious about Hell Riders, because that one, and that's one of the ones that's like been going solo, and I'm very curious to see how they go. The only one I got in 4K so far is Predator, and I hear the 4K is not the best on Predator. Severance sale is next month. It'll be set for June. So you're I love when some of them get low. What's my favorite Kino in my collection? Oh, that's a good question. There's a lot. I mean, I like the Outer Limits TV shows. I thought those were really well done. Um, I like the. Actually, I'm gonna give you like I'm gonna go up and show. I'm going to grab some Kino films from over there. Arrow has a sale on. Do they? Man, there's way too many sales, isn't there? Hal Rogers is down to 53 copies. Holy crap! I think that what was the other one that went? That's like was really low as well. I think God, what was it? Shot. It was down to like in like 70 copies or 60 copies. I picked up Hellriders. I had to pick up Hellriders. Like it's down to like 50 something copies. That's gonna be gone tonight. 68 on Shot too, man. Okay, I'm gonna attempt something. Hopefully it's gonna work. It didn't the last time. I'm not gonna care for it. If you're collecting the VSAs, then you know you're gonna want the VSAs. That's totally untrue because a lot of new movies are already shot on digital, so some of them are going to look as good as they're going to look. When it comes to older films, there's more elements to work with. So if you got a really good restoration company that's really working hard on the films, then an older film can potentially look better and more theater quality than a newer film because of that. 8K, I think, like people talk about 8K, I don't think we're going to see that much difference when it comes to 8K. We'll definitely see some difference. But I think 8K my thoughts on it at this point is pretty much it's going to be for streaming. Hey Danuch, welcome man. It's going to be for 8K is going to be for gaming. Like there's already 8K TVs coming out, and don't worry, they'll be there sooner more rather than later. And the reason for that, and they'll slowly go down, is basically what happens is that you're going to see 8K releases of games, like games that have to stream fast, so like 60 frames per second or like 120 frames per second, that type of thing. That's why. That's when you can see that. I don't think it's going to be like something big for us as collectors. Like I don't think there's going to be an 8K format because 4K is taking long enough to take off. What am I doing? I'm moving around. So let's try this and see if it works out. All right, let's try this again because I just trapped myself under my. I gotta open up your stuff here. Hopefully this works out because I want to get to this. This is my Kino section. So everything from here right on down to here and all this up here is Kino stuff. I'm going to randomly pick out some of my favorite. Oh yes, Night Stalker and Night Strangler are definitely worth getting. These are the Night Stalker and Night Strangler releases. These are really good. Night Stalker is an excellent like vampire film. Night Strangler is actually really good and highly underrated, and it has some great like cinema from underneath the city, which trust me, you want to see. Really cool stuff. I also recommend Trilogy of Terror and Trilogy of Terror 2, which I unfortunately don't own right now. I do need to get Trilogy of Terror 2. I got these for around 14 actually. Because I got them on a pre-order. Whoa, there we go. Rawhead Rex is an excellent title if you like the horror ones. This is a cool one. This actually has like three covers and a booklet as well. Charlie Varick I don't have, but it's one I really, really want. I want to get the indicator of Charlie Varick. Bloody hell. I'll give you a couple like what I call like films that don't get enough credit too, that I like. Truck Turner is an excellent blaxploitation film that not enough people talk about. Across 110th Street is another excellent, excellent film. Really good, great soundtrack for Across 110th Street. If you like music, like soundtrack, that type of stuff, you're gonna want to check this one out. When it comes for comes to the cereals and stuff like that, I don't have burnt offerings, man. I wish I did. Adventures of Captain Marvel is an excellent series. Now, don't think this is going to be like Shazam. It's not. He's a vicious dude. He laughingly throws people off the cliffs. He picks up machine guns and like just slaughters people. It's really cool. And what's really neat about this one here is that you have a different person for each of the serial chapters talking about different aspects of things. But great one. There's also like a circus one too, a serial. Really good as well that I need to pick up. I hate trying to get these in because they're so slippery. If you like Invasion USA, you're going to love Avenging Force. So this is a really cool one. Invasion USA was a Chuck Norris film. They wanted to make a sequel to it, kind of a sequel prequel. They weren't sure what it was going to be. Chuck Norris didn't want to. Oh, Candyman, it's a great color. That's a great price for it. 10 to Midnight is actually on Scream Factory. Scream Factory put it out, and Twilight Time put it out. Either way, you're good. But Scream Factory got a new commentary, which was really, really good. This is a really good one. Don't get used to any of the characters in the film though, because people die in this one like desperately, like die all the time. FX, one that I really like, not for kids. I the Jury. We're talking about Kino right now. I'm just going through some random Kino titles that I really like. I the Jury is an excellent little title. Definitely recommend checking this one out if you're like a fan of like Mike Hammer and his kind of like style of like writing. Armand Assante does a great job in this one as Mickey Spillane, and I do really enjoy this one. Is a DVD format going to disappear? DVD are still selling better than any other format, so not anytime soon. Oh, you should have got. Too bad the slip didn't come with it. FX, I definitely can recommend. Let's see if there's any more. Yes, if you're a Burt Reynolds fan, these two films, gotta be. There is a Kino sale. White Lightning and Gator. Love both of these films. There's a featurette continued from one film to the other. White Lightning's my favorite, but I do love Gator. Do I have Kill Baby Kill? No, because I get my Bava stuff from Arrow Video because they put all the versions in one rather than making you have to buy 2 or 3 versions to get the same one. That's there's the key thing right there. Ever want to see a gigantic kaiju monster get really high and dance with a little kid? Young Gary. I'm not even joking. That's kind of a thing in this film. I think this got remade later. This is a Korean monster film. It's a kaiju film. So if you like kaiju films, you're getting that camera set. You want to get like kind of like just a really silly, fun kaiju film. Did they on the recent MSC3? Don't you just love the part where the monsters like gets like he gets kind of super high and he's dancing and the kids dancing with him too. The Kenny of the film. Speaking of films that are laughably bad and that are so good they're bad. Oh yes, Astro Zombies by Ted V. Michaels. I don't know. I'd say that durability is going to be just as good or better than Blu-rays. That's usually how it goes when coming from one format to the next. But I got to look into that a little bit more. That's a good question. But Astro Zombies, I love this film. It is so weird. Sugar Hill. If you don't have Sugar Hill and you like horror films and you like blaxploitation films, this, for me, this is the best. Sugar Hill's my favorite. I like Blackula. I like Ganja and Hess. I love Sugar Hill. The Mare Bava film with vampires. That is right here, actually, somewhere. It's not at this corner. Planet of the Vampires. It's right here. I do have that one, the Maribel one. It's called Planet of the Vampires. Really colorful. Excellent use of color in this film. I love their costumes because just look at those costumes. Don't they kind of look like the X-Men costumes from the Singer films? What kind of film is I, the Jury? It is a hard-boiled thriller, mystery, sleazy exploitation film. And it's fun. It's a Mickey Spillane, Mike Hammer film. So there you go. Ever want to see what David Hess would be like as a director instead of like playing the Planet of the Vampires did definitely influence Alien. To All a Good Night is a David Hess film, directed by David Hess. He's not in the film. David Hess, you guys know from movies like Last House on the Left and Hitchhike and films like that. Rest in peace, David Hess. Great guy, actually. But he directed this one. This is a Christmas horror film, and it has Jennifer Runyon in it, who was kind of an 80s like darling before she married, I think, Roger Corman's son and just retired from the whole acting gig. House by the Edge of the Park is my favorite David Hess film. All right, I'm going to show you one that you're going to love or you're going to hate. That's this right here. This is 8 Million Ways to Die. I love this film. I love the fact that it's very free flow, that it's that there's sequences where you can tell that they're ad-libbing. I find that it adds a little bit of uniqueness and oddity to the film itself. But I do love this film. You will remember the sequel to this film that came out years later, and it was called A Walk Among the Tombstones. Same character, played by Jeff Bridges, that was also played by Liam Neeson. That's because Emily, that's because you have amazing taste. That's why. All right, so I'm trying to think. Whoever Sue Auntie Rue is one that I actually won the contest recently, and got to rewatch this one. It's Shelley Winters, so I like Shelley Winters. Mark Lester is in, and Ralph Richardson from Tales of the Crypt. Code Red, unfortunately, sadly doesn't. I got some Code Red titles. They do okay for some things, but I don't normally go for them for anything big. I'm over here by my Vinegar Syndrome stuff as well, by the way. So, do Indicator release some Kino titles? I haven't. Maybe I'd have to look. If George was here, no, George might know. You see George on there sometimes. He's a really cool guy, and he's got the biggest Indicator collection that I've seen. He's started like collecting Indicator when I was showing the Indicator stuff here, and he's bought like most of the box sets, like limited editions, and he's getting like the regular stuff as well. A huge amount. The Pit, I would like to own the Pit actually, but unfortunately the Pit doesn't ship to Canada. Or it's Pat. I wouldn't go that far. Can I be honest? I'm a huge Saturday Night Live fan. One of my dreams when I was wanted to be an actor was to be on Saturday Night Live, and the Pat character, I just couldn't. I could not stand the Pat character. So I have not ever sat through the entire film of It's Pat the movie. Couldn't do it. But let's see. Since I'm over here right now, so if you want to get a mini slip cover of this amazing cover right here, Vinegar Syndrome are selling it. I like Debbie Downer. Actually, I really like Debbie Downer. That's Rachel Drak. You want like a mini slip of this one? I love this film, by the way. Awesome title. So if you have any Vinegar Syndrome questions, by the way, while I'm over here, while the camera's actually working, I can actually reach out my Vinegar Syndrome titles from here as well. So we got that to go with. It's a little bit darker here than it is over there, but hopefully you don't mind, because I'm trying to get around like some, and so you guys can see some of the releases. So you have questions of that. It doesn't matter, just as long as she's acting good in it. Do I have the Forgotten Jelly set? I do actually have it. I have all the Vinegar Syndrome sets so far. So this here is the Forgotten Jelly set. It's a gorgeous looking set. So you can see it there. I love the way it's done. Blood splatters on the bottom. You open up, there's like a the straight razor. This is Trauma. The killer's one of 13. Police are blundering in the dark. Do I have those in the right order? A, B, and C, I do. And just to give you an idea, like what's on the inside, when you open them up like this, for instance, you'll see like the weapon, the main weapon on the inside. One's got scissors, one's got a switchblade, and one's got a straight razor. Straight razor's Trauma. Okay. I love Barbara Stanwyck, man. I would definitely get a Barbara Stanwyck set. She does some amazing stuff. Yeah. See, my theory on that, like I've said my theory on that, I don't want to be too spoilery, but I don't think he's the hero. Did you not get the fact that in Trauma, there's more than one killer? Because I did. It does make sense, actually, when you think about it. She didn't kill them all. Yeah. Go back, watch it again. There's two killers in Trauma. One gets away with it, though. And is probably going to kill somebody else. Welcome into, man, have you been looking at the sale? It's stuff. Man, if you don't have Hell Riders, it's really going down there. Hell Riders and what's the other title? And Shot are both almost sold out, or going really quickly. And for those who don't know what Shot is or haven't seen the cover to the slip cover to Shot, it's friggin' excellent. This is a slipcover to Shot. It's got a very R. Crumb type of like underground look to it. The fact this is like a college film and good slashers. Well, in good Kino slashers. Well, I did mention a couple there. Like the To All Good Night. It's definitely one that I would go with. Do Kino have a lot of slasher films? I mean, I don't have a lot of Kino slasher stuff. Steel Justice is not a slasher film, but I love it. Schizo, yes. Okay, yeah, now we're going to Kino Redemption stuff. Yeah. Schizo, definitely really cool. The Comeback, Pete Walker, also a really good one. Kino does have film noirs. They have a lot of film noirs, actually. The movie I was thinking about earlier tonight that I couldn't remember the name of, by the way, if you've been watching since the beginning, was The Killing Kind. I love the movie The Killing Kind. The Pete Walker collection has some great stuff. So if you're looking for Kino stuff, then you want to look at the Pete Walker stuff. Stuff like the Comeback, Chris, is a really, really cool one. Hey, Carlos, welcome, man. Schizo, another excellent slasher type. And since I got him on, I'll say it. Stuff like the Flesh and Blood Show and Frightmare are also like Redemption slasher titles. So, and Redemption is a Kino like sublabel. The Killing Kind stars John Savage, Ann Southern, and Cindy Williams. I love The Killing Kind. I've rewatched it actually. Oh. Is Schizo like Maniac? No, not at all, actually. It's very different films. What are my thoughts on Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death? It's a weird film. It is an odd film. It's a so bad it's good type of film. Basically, there's a guy named Dr. Jekyll, and you think, well, is this going to get into Mr. Hyde territory? Well, kind of, really. What's going to happen is Dr. Jekyll is going to use his formula for nefarious purposes, not just on himself, but on other people. What will those other people do? Well, they will fight bad kung fu and wrestling. They will do that, and he will torture people because he is Dr. Jekyll, torturer. That is what Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death is kind of about. I love X-Ray. Barbie Benton, man. You gotta love that movie just for Barbie Benton. Yes, please hit the like button. It really means a lot to me, and it really helps my channel out so people can actually see that I actually am on here puppet dancing for you guys on the channel. And for those that haven't, yes, but she's Barbie Benton. She's she's Barbie Benton, man. Look at her. Hmm? Does it really matter? Do I think which one will be around for a while? And the killer is so hilarious. Stina Wimsdale, Vern Shirley. Yep, that's the one that's in Killing Kind. I think I missed something, Andres. Yes, the film's gonna be around for a while, and I'm trying to figure out which one you're talking about. Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's newer. It's a newer VSA. It's still over the 500 mark, unless it drops another 500. I don't think it's going to this early. There's some people that if you have the Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death, then that I'll say, it's. I think you're safe with that one for right now. Do I have Dracula versus? I don't. I really should, Danush. I love that film. Dracula versus Billy the Kid, Frankenstein. What's that one? What's the one again? Frankenstein's daughter. I love Dracula versus Billy the Kid. It's just cheesy fun. You can't you can't go wrong with cheesy fun for me, and I just like that type of stuff. But I watch these kind of crazy movies. This was one here. Vice Academy. Is my set out of Arizona? I think it is in Arizona right now. It's stuck in Arizona. I'm very. What's my favorite Dracula film? Dracula himself, or like a vampire film. If it's a vampire film, it's Fright Night, for real. If it's a Dracula film, God, I don't know. I like the Hammer Draculas a lot, and I like John Badham's 1970 79 Dracula, which was really good. But Hammer's probably is near and dear to my heart. So the early Hammer Dracula films are really good. Drink like Taste Blood Dracula, Scars, Jack Prince Darkness, that type of stuff. I even like the newer stuff, but the newer like Hammer ones. Satanic Rites is my least favorite, but I can watch it. That's So I'm staying over here, standing up, in case you got any other questions on Keen all over or vinegar syndrome, because I'm in between both of them. I got it on 4K actually. You're talking about Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula. Now that's my sister was younger at the time when that came out. That's her generation of Dracula. I think there are some great things in Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula. I think there are some horrible things in Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula. I don't mind Keanu Reeves. He is what he is. That he does what he was. I was not a fan of Van Helsing in that film. Went backwards to Los Angeles. I'm doing a trade with the guy, and like the USPS has been like pinballing my stuff all over. Like it went, instead of coming to Ontario where it normally comes, it went to Vancouver, and it's gone to another place. It just said Canadian facility. That's all it said. Bram Stoker's Dracula. The Juries. That's one I really love. I saw that in theater when I was way too young to see it. Oh, it does. Well set in distribution. Like that's it's again like not Severin's fault when it comes to that stuff. It's happening with a lot of companies. Um, I think well, it's basically like the state of the world right now. Candy Snatchers is a super good film, and high on my list of wants. Very high on my list of wants. Candy Snatchers is excellent. It is a dark film. It's a bleak film. It's a everybody sucks type of film, but it's a really good film. And I say it's one of the probably one of the best or better things that the Vinegar Cinema, in my opinion, anyways, put out as a company. Even though I don't own it yet, it's definitely a good one. The limited edition did sell out really quickly. I don't mind, just as long as I get the film. It's a really good film. My first rated R film on video in theater. You mean that I went to go see? Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I was very young. It was at a drive-in. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like totally like Last House on the Left, but you do get a dark vibe. Like maybe last. Werner Herzog Nosferatu, good choice. Dude, I normally have to pay a lot of shipping to Canada. Vinegar Syndrome is $12. I don't think that's a lot of shipping. When it comes to like that's flat shipping. When it comes to like places like Twilight Time and Screen Archives, then you're paying like $25 shipping, and that's like getting like 2 or 3 discs. That's the killer part, man. That's the hard part. Like we gotta put things over from American to Canadian prices, and then what we got to do then is we got to add on like an amazing amount of shipping. Shipping rates are insane for us here in Canada. I sent out like a package to the Los Angeles. That costs a bit, but I want to make sure the tracking things got there good. But it was worth it because I want to make sure they got there okay. One of my thoughts on Popcorn, I love that movie. And you should own it because there's a really great documentary on it. Free shipping US. If you live in the US, it's free shipping in the US. Not right now. The free shipping is off for Vinegar Syndrome during the sale, as far as I know. What they used to do was they would have $100 would be free shipping in the US and $150 would be free shipping in Canada. But no, $50 would be free shipping in the US and $100 would be in Canada. That would be 100 in the US during the sale and then 150 during the sale in Canada. But then they just took it free shipping altogether. But they do like if you buy from Vinegar Syndrome, it comes from a Canadian distribution site. And if you buy in Canada, it's really good because they're actually pretty fast getting stuff here. So because it's coming out of Ontario, and it comes quick. International shipping, free international shipping is a way to really, if you're a company and you're looking to make a splash, free international shipping, there's a way to do it. Have a sale and then a free international shipping. 88 Films did that recently. They had shipping, worldwide shipping free, which is actually pretty cool. Nightmares and Damaged Brains. Been a while since I watched that one, but that is the dark one. Yep, Vinegar Syndrome ships out of Toronto, which is fantastic. I love that fact. What did you get lots of family for the Vinegar Syndrome sale? Yeah, Chris, if you don't have popcorn, get popcorn. If Chris, you're still here. Is it unobstructed view that comes Vinegar? I heard it was a different. Like I thought it was unobstructed view. Then I heard it wasn't unobstructed view. It was just in Ontario. Question. Warlock, you should answer this one. If I live here, if I had an unobstructed view item that was sent out on the 20th, or on the 10th, and now it's the 23rd, do you think Monday's a reasonable time to contact them and ask for a tracking number? Because I'm getting nervous about those items coming from Ontario, and it'll be like 14 days at that point. I waited because there's like a holiday day, so I wanted to wait a couple of days, but I want to make sure I get my movies, man. Kino and Twilight Time usually ship it from the US. See, I haven't had any problems with it with anything. There's the thing, I like my other stuff has come really quickly. I mean, DHL was a bit of a pain, but when I was getting my Doctor Who set, got Blood Games, Severed Arm, Night Train. Oh, you got Night Train, yes. Dr. Jekyll, and LA Wars. Got to get LA Wars. Does that look cool? Yeah, it's odd. I mean, I do get nervous sometimes when it comes to like getting stuff. Yeah, they do respond quickly. Steve was really good. I actually canceled one title because I was kind of nervous. Um, and actually, as I canceled it, the other title was being sent out, and I felt really bad, and I tried to uncancel it, but by that time they already had it canceled. So I said I don't want to be any more of a pain to unobstructed view, because I don't want them to feel like I just want to get the stuff though. I'm just excited. I want my Dutch films. It's got to delay shipping times because even after something comes into like a mail place, they gotta go there for a while. Evil Town. Hopefully, it's evil. I'm hoping that no, that it wasn't Scalpers that got Evil Town, because if it was, I would be not happy about. Got Death Street though. That's a good one. Did you? I don't know. Did you? My Al Amson said it's shipped. It was like making the label for a few days, and then it was okay. It's down at another facility, so it's been taking a while. Oh no, but Ragnar, see, they found extra copies of Evil Town during the sale, so there were copies of Evil Town and copies of Vice Academy that came after the sale, during the sale actually, and they sold it within minutes though, like 200 copies too, right? Have I read From Hell, the graphic novel? I did, and I like it much better than the film. I was not a huge fan of From Hell, the movie, but I did like the graphic novel. Severin's Severin's one is a company that usually takes the longest to come, out of all the companies that I have. Normally, um, normally Screen Archives comes really fast. This time around, not so much. I love cartoons. I'm a huge cartoon fanatic. We have the Boomerang streaming channel here. I don't have the color one. I love the color one. It's Christian Lindbergh. Lindbergh. I'm a big fan of hers, and it's Thriller, The Color One Eye, and I'm a huge fan of that film. I like all her stuff though. She's kind of cute. I've never ordered directly from Indicator. Usually, I just get my stuff from Amazon.co.uk when it comes to that stuff. I really thought I wasn't going to get my Doctor Who set, but it came, so props for that. I actually got on the phone with DHL, and I was really upset with them. USA. What are we spending? Well, this is about 8 years of collecting, man. And this is only one room of it. I got another room, and I got like shelves upstairs. But right now, yeah, it's right now. I guess for a lot of people, right now it's a little bit like more tighter than other times. That's the thing. Um, but yeah, at certain times I was able to get more stuff than I'm able to get now. It happens, unfortunately. Yeah, it was weird. They sold it in less than a minute. For like people were waiting. People had them in their carts. Uh, Not everything. There's still things I got left to watch, to be honest with you, because tend to watch certain movies I like over and over again. Will I be moved to Morocco? I hope so, but it's taken a while because craziness in the world. Morocco was smart enough to be one of the first countries to close their borders to let nobody else come in. So it's Warner Archives. I don't have a lot of Warner Archives. I'll be honest with you, man. I only got like a couple of like Blu-rays from Warner Archives, but I got a bunch of Warner Archives DVDs because Warner Archives is one of those companies that don't sell to Canada. Actually, when they have their sales, the sales aren't included. Canada's not included on their sales, so they're a bit of a pain. Now, if you're lucky enough to, like Warlock, live in like a place in the U.S. Sorry, in Ontario, you probably got more access to some of the Warner Archive stuff. But if you live in the Atlantic Canada like me, if you live in Nova Scotia, then Warner Archive stuff is a bit of a hard to get for you. I got them from oldies.com during one sale, but I'll be honest with you, oldies.com takes a long time to come. But if you live in the U.S., you're good. I have not seen SpongeBob in ages. And when I did see it, I may have been slightly not exact on a certain thing. How do I say that? It's legal now, so I may have been a little high when I watched SpongeBob last, and that would have been ages ago. The severance sale. Just remember, it's going to go back 6 months. So anything with after 6 months of right now is you're going to look for in the severance sale. Usually, unless they changed it. Sin goes back 3 months. Severin goes back 6 months. That's usually the standard rule for their sales. But there's a lot of good stuff in Severin that I would recommend actually. And I will do some Severin videos during the time coming up to the sale. You live near Connecticut? Oh, you live near the archive then? $50. Oh, the canister is so cool. It's too expensive in Canada. I heard like it's so expensive they can't even bring it to the conventions. Severin will have some surprise releases too. Yeah, I'm actually. It's gonna be interesting to see what they have out there. Oh, Carlos, have a great evening there. Sunrise Records. I gotta check Sunrise to see next time I'm there. Make announcements on this Monday. I'll definitely make a video on that then. If there's announcements made, I'll make a video about the announcements. We'll talk about them. And if they're movies that I know something about, I'll let you know. If they're movies that I don't know anything about, I'll ask you guys about them. But I think they'll keep some stuff, like much like Vinegar started. I'm thinking they'll keep some like secrets till the sale actually happens. So they'll have kind of like a Jungle Fever. Great film actually. I like Spike Lee. When I think Vinegar said I'm going to release the MGM films. Well, Ragman, I mentioned it on here before, but let's just go to it. There is, we know for certain that in September there's a never on disc late 80s MGM horror film coming out from Vinegar Syndrome. And they got like horror stuff coming out like pretty much every month if you're a horror fan. Ours on the Geek Pride sale, yeah, till the 26th. Haven't even looked into that because if I did, my better half would probably kill me. Now, if you guys want me to look into it and talk about it tomorrow, I'm going to be shooting some stuff with Heath tomorrow, the Serial at Midnight, Heath. So make sure you check out his channel. Not quite sure when it's going to be coming up, but we'll be shooting a video tomorrow anyway. And not sure if it's going to be a stream or not. If it's a stream, I'll let you guys know. If it's not, then I'll let you guys know that we got something coming out. But I'll be doing that tomorrow, and then I'll probably do a video later on in the evening. Not safe for work mid-year sale update on Monday. Ooh, I like that. Black Emmanuel, you think? Is it the Black Emmanuel set? Is that what's coming? Yeah, like my dad, I think, picked up some stuff on the Arrow sale. What we'll be talking about, you'll have to wait and find out. I'm going to remain coy. I'm not quite sure, actually. No, I'm going to, but well, don't worry. We'll have fun with it. The Thing limited edition. Oh, that was a good Arrow. Do they have that one from Arrow? David Sterling. Oh, well, actually. Actually, I got to go too because is Buddy's a good Vinegar? It's a dark film. It's not for everybody, man. Buddy's is it's an age drama, if I remember correctly. But it's it's a good film, yes. One for me, probably one of the last ones I'd get. All right, Heath is his name, yeah. I think he says it on the channel, so I think I'm gonna say it. So I am Aaron. This is my movie library. That's part of it. There's my the fuse box in the background there. You are the cult, and you guys rock. I will see you here hopefully again tomorrow. We'll talk more about some stuff. If there's any more sale stuff you want to talk about, maybe you want to talk about the Arrow sale, we can talk about that as well. And I'll give you an update. If there's any more stuff that's sold out, I will let you know. Have a great evening, because for me right now, it's time for tea.